I'm glad to see you all here. So, today's topic is pretty cool. We are going to talk about learning, how we do it, how our brains handle it, and how we can get better at it. So, trainer, kick us off.
Thanks, team leader. So here's the deal with learning. It's not just about cramming info into our head. Think of it like this. Remember when you first learned to ride a bike? You watched someone do it, maybe fell a few times, and then suddenly it clicked. That's observational learning. You see it, then you try it, like your brain is doing a test run.
Yeah, that makes sense. I did learn a lot by watching other when I was started here. How exactly does this work with our brains?
Great question. When you watch someone else, your brain is firing up, like it's doing the action itself. It's called mirror neurons at work. So you are basically practicing in your head before you even try it for real. And it's not just about watching. Our brain learns in a few different ways by thinking, doing, and associating things together.
Wait, what do you mean by associating things? How does that help us here at work?
Good point. So, associating learning is about linking things together. Like you hear a certain ringtone and you instantly know it's your boss calling. That's associative learning. At work, it helps us remember process like linking a specific problem with a solution we learned before. So, it's like building shortcuts in your brain.
Oh, I get it. Like when I hear a client's name and immediately think of their user request. So we can use that to be more efficient, right?
Exactly. And that's just one way to learn. Cognitive learning, on the other hand, is just more about thinking things through. It's like you solving a puzzle a piece by piece. You figure things out. It helps with problem solving and also decision making, which are key for us.
Got it. But sometimes if it's like I'm drowning in info, how can I use cognitive learning to handle all the stuff thrown at me?
Good question. You can break it down. Take things step by step instead of you trying to tackle everything at once. Focus on the understanding the core issue first. This helps your brain process info better and faster. And remember, learning is a skill that you can get better with a practice.
That's right, trainer. Think of learning as a toolkit. We have different tools observational, associative, cognitive. Use the right one for the job. I have an idea. Pick one type learning this week and try it out in your task. Let's see what happens. Who's in?
I'm in. I'll focus on cognitive learning for my current project and see how it goes.
Me too. I will try to learn more by observing others this week.
Awesome. Thanks for being game, everyone. Let's keep experimenting with how we learn and make it fun.
Welcome everyone. Today we're going to explore the concept of shaping behavior using reinforcement and also punishment. Actually, this technique helps in encourage the desired behavior through the reinforcement and also punishment.
Wait. What is meant by encouraging desired behavior through reinforcement and desirable behavior through punishment? Will this be used in our job?
Absolutely. It will be used in our work management. I think how about we play a role situation that use this concept to help us better understand it. Maybe it can help to explore more on how this method can be applied in our workplace. So, Farah, would you like to volunteer for a role play?
Sure, I'm in. What's the scenario?
Great. Let's say you have just complete a project ahead of schedule. I will act as your manager. Are you ready?
Okay, let's do this.
Okay. Hi, Farah. I just wanted to tell you how much I'm impressed you
Oh my god! Wow!
work on the project. You are being able to complete the project before ahead of time. This is an amazing thing for me. So for that, I want to reward you by giving you a bonus.
Thank you so much, manager. I appreciate it. I feel motivated to keep up the good work.
Exactly. That compliment is positive reinforcement. It encourages Farah to keep working hard. So that is the best example of positive reinforcement. So now, thank you, Farah, for joining. Okay, now let's wish for the punishment part. Okay, now Jalila, would you like to join me do the same thing which play the role but involved with punishment?
Sure. What's the scenario?
Okay, good. So now let's say that you have been late to the meetings. Again, I will play as a manager and let's see how the situation happened. Ready?
Alice ready.
Okay,
A few moments later.
Jalila, it has come to my attention that you have been missing our meetings and reporting late. If this persists, then you will lose the privilege of working flexible. Ideally, I would like to see all people to be punctual.
I understand. From now on, I will be punctual as you have been waiting for me.
This explains how punishment helps in the discouragement of any undesirable activities within any given population. Thank you, Jalila. Okay, let's start. How will you guys apply the positive reinforcement and punishment in your own work? Now, Farah, I would like to know.
If you see that someone has done a good job, it's always wise to appreciate them so that they can work even harder.
Okay, how about Jalila?
Informing other employees when they fail to meet deadlines is also a good practice.
Good job. On this technique, it's really a big help if they are used properly in our everyday operation. Let's keep it up and let's continue improve the good behavior.
All right.
Or rather, will do.
Brilliant work, guys. Thank you for contribute to today's show. Till the next time, everyone.
Hi, Kashuna and Azlin. Today, I thought it might be interesting to talk about our perception and how we judge others. It's a crucial topic because it affects how we interact with our colleagues every day. Our perception is how we interpret the things around us, and it's influenced by many factors like our past experiences, cultural background, and even our current mood. Have you ever noticed how these factors impact how you see your coworkers?
Yes, definitely. When I first joined this company, I thought one of my colleagues was really detached. They seemed to avoid casual conversations and keep to themselves a lot. And I figured they must not be interested in interacting with others. So I didn't make much of an effort to connect with them. But over time, I learned they were just incredibly focused on their work and didn't realize how they came across. My initial perception was based more on assumptions than on reality.
That's a great example of how our perceptions can be influenced by our assumptions. Sometimes we rely on cognitive shortcuts like stereotype or the halo effect. The halo effect is a cognitive bias that affects the way people interpret the information about someone with whom they have formed a positive overview. I'll give you one example. If someone is excellent at one task, we might assume they are good at everything. This can lead to inaccurate judgment. Have you ever encountered any situation where you felt your perception were influenced by these shortcuts?
I think I've experienced something like that. When I first joined here, I saw a senior manager who always seemed very confident and self-assured. I assumed they were always right about everything and didn't even question their decision. But as I got to know them better, I realized they are human too, and sometimes they also make mistakes. My initial view was influenced by their confident demeanor.
Yeah, exactly. The halo effect can make us see someone as flawless in all areas just because they excel in one. This can impact how we interact with them and affect our own expectations. It's important to recognize these shortcuts and be aware of them. So, Katrina and Azlin, how do we move beyond these shortcuts and make more fair judgments?
One thing that's helped me is trying to understand where people are coming from. Actually, if I notice a quick judgment for me, I pause and think about what might be influence my perception. Yeah, for example, if I feel a colleague is being difficult, I try to consider if there might be external factors affect their behavior, like stress or personal issues.
That sounds like a good approach. But what if you are not sure about how to get to know your colleague better? Sometimes it feels like there's not enough time in the day to actually have deep conversation, especially with everyone.
Yeah, that's a common concern. One way to overcome this is to start with small, consistent efforts. You don't need to have long conversation. Or simple interaction can help. You can ask about their weekend plans or interests, or share something about yourself too. Building relationships doesn't have to be a big commitment. Even brief, friendly exchanges can improve understanding.
Also, asking for feedback can be really useful. If you're unsure how others see you or if there might be misunderstanding, is it okay to ask for feedback, right? It helps to get different perspectives and can clear up any misconceptions.
Wow, that's a good idea. I'll try to incorporate more of this small interaction into my routine. But what if you find that despite all your efforts, there is still a misunderstanding or even conflict?
A good question. Misunderstandings and conflicts can happen, even with the best intention. When this happens, it's important to address them directly. You can have an open conversation with the person involved. Approach them with a mindset of curiosity and understanding rather than blaming. Sometimes just talking things through can reveal a lot and help resolve issues.
Yes, communication is key. If I had the situation where simply having a direct conversation has cleared up a lot of confusion. It's amazing how much can we be resolved just by discussing things openly.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind. It seems like being proactive and open in communication can really make a difference.
Yeah, exactly. One more thing to consider is the role of empathy in perception. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes can really help you understand where they are coming from and why they might act a certain way. It can turn a potential conflict into an opportunity for understanding.
That's a great point. Empathy really changed how we interact with others. It's not always easy, especially when we are busy. But making an effort to empathize can lead to stronger relationships and a more positive work environment.
Absolutely. I think I need to remind myself to practice empathy more often. It's easy to forget, especially in stressful situations.
Yes, and it's something we can all work on continuously. Remember, perception is not always reality, and our judgment can be influenced by many factors. By being mindful of our own perception and making an effort to understand our colleagues better, we can create a more supportive, positive, and collaborative workplace.
Thanks for the advice. This discussion has been really helpful for me. I feel more aware of how my perceptions might influence my interactions.
Yeah, right. Me too. I'm looking forward to applying these ideas and improving my interaction with the team.
Great, I'm glad to hear that. If you have more questions or need further advice, feel free to reach us out. Let's keep working on understanding and supporting each other. Remember, the goal is to foster a work environment where everyone feels valued and understood.
Definitely. I'll make sure to keep this point in mind as I go forward.
Me too. Thanks for the discussion, everyone.
You're welcome. Let's continue to learn and grow together. Have a good rest of your day.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending today's meeting. I'm delighted to announce a new project that we've been assigned, and I'd like to take some time to walk you guys over the main aspects, as well as the decision-making process that will be used throughout the project. There are several problems that happen when we create a project. So the problem is improper planning, forecasting, and budgeting can lead to project goals not be realized.
So we need to find a solution to eliminate this problem we are facing, right?
Yes.
We need to.
So, team member 1, have you prepared the steps in rational decision making that I asked you to make before this meeting?
Yes, we have it. So, everyone, please pay attention to the presentation that will be done soon. Firstly, we have to clearly define the issue or decision that must be addressed. Understanding the nature of the problem is critical for making good decisions. Secondly, collect relevant facts and information that will help you understand the situation better and generate potential solution and identify the elements that will impact the decision. Next, list potential options or alternatives to the problem. Also assess each alternative by considering its feasibility, effectiveness, potential risk, costs, and benefits. And lastly, make a decision based on the assessments and analysis performed. The most appropriate solution was selected. The decision should be made logically, with personal biases removed. Also determine whether it effectively solved the problem or achieved the desired result. Make changes if necessary. I hope everyone can understand what I want to say earlier. Thank you so much for your time and involvement. I'm looking forward to seeing how we might apply this principle to our forthcoming project.
Thank you, team member 1. So we proceed to the next team member.
So, hey everyone, I hope you are feeling all good today.
Nice.
I want to quickly explain the idea of bounded rationality and how it might affect our decision making for the new project. So basically, sometimes decision makers don't get all the information they need about project requirements, stakeholders' needs, or market conditions. This can happen due to tight deadlines, which may lead us to skip important research. Also, when faced with tough choices, project manager might only consider a few options instead of looking at all possible solutions. For example, a team might stick to a familiar vendor without checking it if there are cheaper or better options. Project can get pretty complicated and that pressure can lead to quick decision. Like when there's a lot to manage at once, we might focus on what is urgent instead of what actually important. And if we are short on time, we might rush to make a decision without fully thinking through its impact. Lastly, it's common for decision makers to stick to what they already believe, ignoring information that contradicts those views, like when a team keeps using a flawed approach instead of considering a new one. So I guess that's it from me. Thanks for your attention, and I hope we can use this to solve the problem and create a new great project together.
Thank you for team member 2. So we need to move the next team.
So, okay, everyone. I hope you guys are ready for the next plan that I will read. So, to conclude the information, all the decision, I'm going to proceed for this topic. And here are some insight into intuitive decision making. An example of how it can be applied in create new project to solve the problem. So firstly, in fast-paced workplaces, project managers frequently need to make a quick judgment. When waiting for a comprehensive data could mean missing out on chance. Intuition enables for quick responses. Next, intuition is influenced by previous experience and also the knowledge. A project manager may notice the trend in previous initiative that fit their instinct about the prospective hazard or opportunities. In addition, while data-driven decision-making is necessary, relying completely on it can be restrictive. Effective project managers use data analysis and intuitive insight to create well-rounded judgments. Moreover, in instances where knowledge is incomplete or confusing, intuition can direct judgments. Lastly, when intuition contradicts evidence, talking about it with the team members might bring the useful insight. This collaborative approach leads to a more complete understanding of the situation, combine the intuitive and analytical perspective. And I hope you guys can understand all the notes that I explained just now. And I hope that our new project that we discussed will run smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you for the team member 3 for your explanation and good job everyone. So next, it's time to debate which decision-making process is more appropriate for the project coming soon. Does anyone want to express their view or opinion?
I want to give my opinion. So first of all, it is important to emphasize that when taking on new project, particularly in dynamic or unpredictable contexts, leader can respond fast and embrace emerging opportunities by relying on intuition. However, this strategy includes danger, especially when moving into the unknown area where prior experience may not be fully applicable.
Yeah, I agree with the Azlin. I have an addition, which is a structured approach is especially important for projects with large investment or strategic importance. They underline that rational decision making enables a thorough assessment of prospective solutions, ensuring that all possibilities are carefully considered and judgments are founded on solid evidence and data, to avoiding costly mistakes in complex problem solving scenarios.
That's a good idea. And what's your opinion, Kashrina?
Thank you for asking. I guess what I think is blended the approach is better if we apply in our project because we can recognize the intuitive decision making because it can be useful in the initial ideation phase for quickly exploring and also identifying intriguing new initiative. However, as the project progresses into planning and execution, logical decision making is required to ensure through review and risk management. Collaborative decision making is regarded as critical throughout the process, particularly in refining the ideas, garnering buy-in, and also ensuring that solutions are practical and in line with the team members and skills.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Can we apply it in our new project?
Of course we can. That's an excellent opinion. How about you, project manager?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to take the opinion and idea that given to our new schedule. Good job, everyone. You guys have a good connection with each other and has facilitated the discussion of our project this time. Thank you so much for your cooperation for this meeting. I hope that we get to be together again next time. Meeting dismissed.